Hello, everybody. It's Ken Faulkner. Got another knife video. We're moving along. We're changing the guard. We're moving through the four. Normally it'd be a five. This time it's a four. Just because the late thought process on just committing to going to Blade Show. I don't know. It is a thing. I mean, a lot of people don't go in, and there were years that I wanted to go. I always watch those videos of them going around to the booths and interviewing people, and man, I always wanted to go, but it's just like get time off work, you know, hotel, travel, because they're all now. I mean, the first one I went to was in Long Beach. I could drive the freeway. Now it's fly, fly, fly. So even Texas. I mean, if I was younger, sorry about the cough, guys. Anyway, if I was younger, I might drive all the way out there. I mean, because California to Texas is, it's not impossible. People do it. But, and, the cool thing about that is I could take some cooler knives because when you fly, you always got that worry. Every time, I guess I got a little bit of anxiety. You worry about your knives in your suitcase, and you lose your suitcase, you lose those knives. So that I always tone down what I'm taking. But when I go to the shows, I'm buying some knives. I just may spend a couple grand on knives, and they're in that suitcase on the way back, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's similar to the whole mail thing. I've talked to you about you know knives coming in the mail and how much I worry about it. And phew, boy, I'm hearing stories. I'm actually on this little pass around group thing, and they're talking about a knife that's supposed to be going to Knives Fast, and it's going from this state to this state, and we don't know what's going on. The stories. I got a knife coming too, and I'm really excited about it, but worried at the same time because of all these stories I'm hearing about the USPS. I think UPS is a little bit better. That's what I usually send my giveaways. Speaking of which, there is a giveaway coming. So check out a few videos back if you haven't seen it. Open box. There's a giveaway coming. It's definitely high odds because I'm looking at the number of comments. Not too high. Oh, well, I did talk about a flashlight. That I did get. So it's in there. It's in the box. It's that diffuse from Olight. No, it's not the most fancy flashlight in the world, but it's a good one. And my girlfriend loves hers. I got one too. It's a great little. I mean, it's very very useful. Nice to have. Rechargeable type. It's all very cool. Oh, so anyway, moving on to tonight. I learned something tonight about YouTube and uploading videos. If you're watching my channel Thursday night, Wednesday I didn't upload anything. You may have seen, because I uploaded kind of late Tuesday night, so you may have seen a video on Wednesday that I uploaded Tuesday night. But I was uploading last night, and it was getting late, and my battery on my laptop was starting to burn down. And it was in the middle, and it was like, well, it was probably about 75% done. And I thought that if I shut my computer down, it would just continue. It was already on the internet or whatever. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't understand upload. I mean, what does upload mean? You're going from your computer to the internet. So anyway, I shut it down, and I thought, oh, it's just going to continue to upload. And then I got home tonight from work, and I checked it, and nope, it had stopped uploading. So I just finished the upload. It's that work knife one on Thursday night. And so I'm putting out one. I'm taping this one on Thursday night for Friday night because, when I get home from work, Bees is already about to come on, and that's the one live that I do. I try to get into other lives, but that's the one that I try to be in there all the time. Bees is a good friend. He's just a great guy. I mean, y'all know if you're fans of his, and I know a lot of people that watch my channel are. He's a great guy, and that's the way he is in real life. And gone beyond just, interacting with him in live. I've interacted with him in real life, and he's just a great guy. So anyway, yeah. So we'll get back into this. This is the Faulkner 4. We are actually moving from number 2 to number 3. That means 2 more weeks until Blade Show, Texas. Man, really excited. Really excited. I don't have quite the list that I normally have. Some of the brands that normally you'd see at Blade Show Atlanta aren't going to be in Texas. There's going to be some new stuff. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. Just a new experience. Just like West has a different group of vendors. I mean, some of the regular ones they're going to be there. I know I'm going to see Ben from Jack Wolf Knives. I know I'll see him there. Some of the people that I normally see, like Lefty and Devo Knives, they're not going to be there. So it's gonna be a cool experience, but I don't really have a real high end list of knives, and I don't have quite as much money anyway. So maybe it's a good thing. But once I get there, there's no telling. All bets are off. You still have that credit card. You know what I mean? I don't go too crazy. I always pay that dang thing off, but it might be a little bit painful this time. Who knows? We'll see. Don't know. This is the one I carried all week. Ace Biblio XL from Giant Mouse. Yeah. I don't know if you saw the other video, you might notice that it's a little bit darker on that micarta because I have a lot of time in the pocket. More time. I mean, this is the reason why I kind of pick some of these knives, is because they don't get as much time in the pocket as I think that they deserve. And this is a very cool knife. It's odd though. I kind of like my whole feeling about this knife is that it is really good knife, definitely. But in a way, it's kind of like a basic knife. I mean, it's got a wire clip. It's got micarta. These are all things I love. I love wire clips. I love micarta. It's got Elmex steel. That's pretty cool in my book. I like Elmex steel. I think it's really good. I really like this blade shape. It cuts like a Spyderco, which I love. It just has that tall, flat grind. Really nice. Really nice. A little bit of belly. I do like, Warncliffe knives are good, but I think in general I do like to have a little bit of belly for certain type of cuttings, certain types of cutting. But this is more of like a sheep's foot kind of thing, where it comes down to a low point, so you can get down it on the tip. It's a liner lock, but yeah, it's got great detent on it. This thing is so dialed in on the detent. One of the things that I really noticed, I try to do this on the camera, I don't know, is that I'm just kind of flicking this thing around, and oops, see, that's what happens. I'm flicking it. It actually works when I don't have the camera on, but I'm like flipping it around. I'll do that little flick open thing. I'm back and forth. It's got a flipper tab that's really good. It's dialed in well on that. It's extremely awesome on the middle finger flick. It works with a thumb flick. So I'm like, when I'm not on the camera, it works on the thumb flick. It does. It really does. Trust me. Those of you that have channels, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm just flicking this thing around, turning it up, over, backwards, forwards, all over the place. It's just a really very fidgety knife. It's very good in the hand. You got different positions you can hold it, and everything's comfortable. But in a way, it's almost like it's kind of like boring. At least that's the thought I had in my head. I don't know. The crown spine is really nice. That jimping up here is kind of a cool little feature. I don't know, because it's just kind of a standard knife. It's a good knife. The contouring on it is really nice. Very fidgety. Moves around well in the hand. I can do all those cool little things like that. especially when it's not. But I'm like, when I want to fidget, this thing is a great fidgety knife. But it's just like, I don't know. It's very kind of basic in a great way. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, I was thinking about it earlier today. You kind of know that the video is coming up, and I just what do I want to talk about? I mean, I had the Spyderco. I always want to call it the Shaman, but it's not. It's the Smock. And man, I love this knife carrying it. I just want to say that I did take this one apart. I haven't took this one apart and cleaned it yet. That's kind of part of the procedure. I'm switching over to this as of Friday. I'm going to the Cold Steel. So I'll probably tear this one down during the live tomorrow night. That's kind of fun to kind of like take a knife apart and clean it. And I did that with the Smock last week, and I did learn about that secondary detent. It's not any kind of spring behind the compression lock. It's another detent ball, and it'll fall out, and the spring for it will fall out. So you have to be really careful about it if you take it apart. I left it in. I kind of like tend to. I like the fact that it doesn't actually. I mean, you can get it to actually drop if you do a little shake. But it's not, I don't know. It's just that whole thing about it being a gravity knife, and gravity knives being technically illegal. And then you get into this area like, oh, am I going to be pulled over by the police and they're going to suddenly put me in a position? But anyway, yeah, I did clean this one out. I lubed it up, and it is very fidgety now. Great knife. So that was one. This is two. This one's got great action. Drops really nice. I don't know what's going to happen when I clean it. I don't know if I've taken it apart yet or not. But it really has great action. I don't feel like there's a lack of action to it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I think it definitely did get darker. I definitely have grown. It's a little bit small for me in general. I mean, you can see that it is smaller than this guy. Let's see how it is to the Smock. I think it's a little smaller than the Smock as well. Little smaller, kind of just on that edge. I think it's a 3¼ inch blade. And that's why I picked this XL one, because giant mouse, and that's why I don't own more. This is the only giant mouse I have. Is because of the fact that it gets down small like this. This is almost borderline for me, but man, I love this knife. It's a fun knife, man. I wish I had like 20 pockets a day, and this guy could be in my pocket more often. It's just until I get around to trimming down the collection. And even if I trim down the collection, who knows if this one could possibly be on the bubble. I don't know. It's a really great knife, though. I really enjoy it. And I guess that's why I don't trim down my collection, because I love my knives. And this is a great one. And I really enjoy it. And it is kind of plain-ish. It reminds me a little bit. I did the feldspar video recently, and it reminds me a little of the feldspar. Just in the fact, the handle with the great micarta that I really like so much. God, it's a great knife. Anyway, so yeah, it's fun to carry. Moving on to the Engage. The Engage is one that I got mainly for the lock, but once I got it, I realized that it has more of the 80-10 kind of feel to it. Just that whole solid kind of sounding thing. It's interesting the things that you really like about knives. It's not just about the cutting, but there's the sounds that it makes, the feel when it. That's why I'm more of a fan of the folders, of the modern folders. It's because that fidgetiness, the sounds, the feel, solidness. You kind of miss out on that on like a fixed blade. As much as I really like fixed blade knives and slip joint knives, I don't feel like they're going to be able to compete with a modern folder that has that fidgety. And then there's this this whole lock thing. Oh man, so nice. So I'm excited. I haven't carried this as much as I'd like to, and now I get a chance. So forcing myself to do what I want to do. Is that crazy? Is that Does that sound like kind of a wild thing? This is the S35VN, which is a great steel, but it's kind of like middle of the road now, I guess. Um, it's in there with like the S30 or whatever. I think S45 is a kind of step above, really. Um, the handle on this thing, I don't even know what the material. I guess it's a G10, but man, it's just, yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to carry this for a week, and so we'll see where it goes. See how I feel at the end of the week. If I grow in excitement, kind of like I did with the smock, or if I I just acknowledge the fact that I do like this knife so much, but it probably didn't like move up in my love level. I don't know. Is that a term you can apply to knives? The love level of the knife in my collection. I don't think it moved anywhere. I don't think it moved the needle so much. It just kind of reinforced what I already knew, and certainly did not disappoint. So I just don't even know how to describe that. But we'll see what happens with this Engage. We will see. A little bigger knife. It'll be nice to be carrying a bigger knife this week, and we'll be back. Boy, in a way, it was a relief that video didn't upload, because then I got the one for tonight. This is for tomorrow. I didn't even know what I was gonna do. I was gonna have to search around. I'm like kind of stuck in this whole thing, a little addicted to it, of doing a upload every night. But it's nice not to have to kind of force it. I don't like forcing it. I got a nice knife coming, I told you, in the mail. It's supposed to be here Saturday, but I'm not getting my hopes up, because I don't want to get like crazy with the anxiety thing. But man, it's going to be great to share that kind of halfway point, right? We're about the halfway point of the Faulkner 4. So that'll be good to have a new knife for that. And then we got the giveaway. That'll probably be announced on Sunday. So keep an eye out. I'm excited because it's been a great experience so far. I want to keep it up with people that normally watch the channel, that do respond to when I do the giveaway. So yeah, it's a little on the smaller side. I'm moving towards that 500 mark. So the 500 mark, I'm committing myself to getting a little bit nicer knife, probably between like $100, $200. Maybe I'm already thinking about one knife of mine to throw in to kind of sweeten the deal. I think it's going to be a good one. All right, guys. I will see you. We're carrying on with this knife journey towards Blade Show, Texas. Thanks a lot for going along with me and just being awesome. I really appreciate you guys so much, and I'll see you on the next one.